I also believe that Judaism is a front. It's not real Judaism. It was created by Zionists. So,
What? Yeah, maybe that's why. Regardless, that doesn't say anything about
yeah.
Christianity being true. All it
Well, if
says
it
is
wasn't
that it was a
true,
political move.
but you had 400 years of them killing Christians and they couldn't end. I mean, if you started doing that to any other
Well,
religion or
Davis,
movement, I would pretty sure people
Davis,
would abandon it.
uh, Davis, sorry to tell you this, but people have been trying to kill Jews for 3,000 years, 2,500 years, and there's still Jews around.
Well, I mean, we could get into that. That's like a whole different thing because I believe Judaism
Well,
was
I
finished
mean, your
in
statement's just
1870.
wrong. Your statement's just wrong. The statement that, well, if you tried to kill
No,
any
I
other
mean,
group, no, I'm sorry. Like your statement that if you tried to kill any other group, they would have abandoned it is just false because there are still Jews around, and people have been trying to kill Jews for
right.
thousands of years.
I also believe that Judaism is a front. It's not real Judaism. It was created by Zionists. So,
What? You know that
I mean,
there, you know that Zionism is like 150 years old, right?
yeah, and that's when I'd say the
You know
Judaism
that
that you
there's
see
you know that
today
there's
was born as
synagogues.
well.
I was literally in a synagogue from like the 1300s 6 months ago.
A Jewish synagogue where?
Yeah, in Prague.
In in in
In Prague.
Prague. I mean,
Yeah.
those buildings were. There's no telling how long that building was there. That doesn't mean it was
There we
built for
know who.
Judaism in
Wait. Do you?
1300,
Yes. Wait. What? Yes. We know how long those buildings were there because we know who built them.
and it was the Jews in Prague.
Yes, and it was commissioned, not commissioned. It was allowed by the king. The king literally said, "Yes, you were allowed to do it." We have dates for all of these things.
Well, you have. Look, I mean, a lot of your information is wrong, unfortunately, because you
A lot
trust
of your information
academic
comes from
history
the
and
comes from fucking
textbooks.
the Elder Protocols of Zion, bro.
What did you say?
All of your information comes from whatever that fucking anti-Semitic book is, the Elder Protocols of Zion or whatever.
I don't know.
Protocols of the Elders of Zion. That's you've probably read that in Mein Kampf, right?
No, I've only read the Bible
Oh, okay, so
and
where'd you get
prayer
this
ritual.
notion that Jews were invented in the 1870s?
Not invented in the 1870s, perpetrated as still being around. It was a
Yeah,
political
so
movement.
under what guise do you like dare to not dare? Under what guise do you suppose to make that claim? Were you there? Or was it just YouTube videos, my guy? Was it just YouTube videos of people who thought that the Austrian painter should have finished the job?
All I know is I look at
All
world
I know is
history
you hate Jews.
and
It's okay. Just
no, I
say
do
it.
not hate Jews. I just don't believe that there's no such thing as a Jew anymore. What is a Jew?
Somebody who descends from the tribal peoples of Judea.
No, a Jew was someone who was a part of the Old Covenant in
A
the Old
Jew is
Testament.
somebody who descends from the tribal people of Judea.
No, it is not a race. It was a
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
that was.
It's an ethnicity, my guy. It's an
No,
ethno-religion. Did you
and
know that?
it's and what is its base? Where do they get
Out
their
of
religion from?
Judea. Out of Judea.
They get it from the first covenant that was made between Abraham and God, right?
I don't think that's true at all. I don't
How do
think
you
that
not
Abraham
know?
existed.
What? Then where do you think Judaism comes from? How do you know?
The
I mean,
tribal origins originate, or the tribal stories of the people of Judea. Hence the name.
well, I really don't understand. You're talking about the 12 tribes, like back with
I'm talking about
Jacob?
I'm not talking about the 12 tribes. I'm talking about a tribal group of people originating in Judea around 2,500 to 3,000 years ago. It's an ethno-religion, meaning that it is a tribal affiliation. It's not a religion like Protestants think of religion. It's not a race. It's a tribal tradition.
A tribal
And by the
tradition.
way, whether you like it or not, the things you're saying are wildly anti-Semitic. Like, wildly anti-Semitic.
And well, you can label them what you want, but it's just the truth.
I mean, no, it just makes you a bad person, and God would be ashamed, honestly.
No, he wouldn't, because he understands
He
that
would.
he ended
He would.
that covenant with the Jews at AD 70 when he destroyed the temple. Thus, there cannot
When
be
he when he destroyed the Romans destroyed the temple. God didn't destroy the temple.
He used Rome to destroy the temple, like Jesus
Oh,
predicted
okay.
in Matthew 24.
Well, except Matthew 24 was written several years after the temple was destroyed. But okay.
Yeah, written, sure, but his speech was before, because they were standing at the temple.
Sure. Of course it was before. Of course it was before, even though it was written after the temple was destroyed.
So you're saying it's not a real prediction then?
Obviously, dumbass.
Wow.
Sorry, I don't respect anti-Semites.
Well, you don't have to respect me or anyone. Just respect the truth.
I don't. No, I don't respect you.
That's fine. You don't have to respect me.
Good.
I'm just asking you to respect the truth.
Nah. Literally, the smartest thing I could do right now would just be to not believe anything that you say, because typically, Jew haters are also wrong about basically everything else.
That's not even a logical statement.
No, it's very logical.
But anyways, I would like for you to explain how there can be a Jew if the Jewish covenant was ended.
Because it wasn't ended. Because only a small fraction of the Jewish people actually cared about Jesus, and the rest just continued with their daily stuff. And rabbinic Judaism was already kicking off by the turn of the millennium. They were already following oral tradition. This whole business with the Pharisees, most of the Jews don't even worry about that. It's the Sadducees, it's the rabbis that were important, not the priests.
I mean, you're
if how can you say that there are no Jews when you don't know what Judaism is?
You're the one who doesn't know what Judaism. You think it's tied
Bro, I'm
to
Jewish. I'm Jewish, bro.
You're okay, so you're Jewish.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're living in the old covenant, then sure. Do you keep the law and the animal sacrifice?
Judaism is an ethno-religion. It's not a religion like you Protestants have. I don't have to believe in God in order to be Jewish.
Our religion is based off of Jewish religion.
Judaism isn't a religion, it's a tribal tradition.
Then what do you call animal sacrifices in the law and
tribal tradition?
Worship.
It's tribal tradition. Yeah.
And so you can trace your lineage all the way back to Abraham.
I can trace my lineage back to Aaron, Moses' brother, although he probably didn't exist. So I can trace my lineage back to the Cohen tribe.
Then why do you call yourself a Jew if you don't even believe your own people existed?
I don't believe the mythology of a tribe from 2,500 years ago. It doesn't make me not a member of that tribe.
So you identify racially as a Jew?
Ethnically, because it's an ethnicity.
And that's fine. You just don't... See, I'm talking about the Jews that you read in the Bible.
Yeah, well, maybe try not to tokenize and mythologize a group of people that still exist.
A race of Jews.
Ethnicity. It's an ethnicity.
Ethnicity, sure. That doesn't understand where they get their name from.
The name Jew comes from Judea.
Okay.
Which is a place.
Which was given to the people of God in the Old Testament where they lived at.
Well, that's the story. It's not what happened.
So... when people say Jew, I mean, who else would they be talking about?
It refers to a group of people from Judea.
Okay. Well, if we could
You should educate yourself before you spout Nazi shit, okay?
Nazi.
Yeah, basically, Davis Moore.
Okay. Sure. Well, I think
Like, would you really want your employer to know that you're spouting Nazi shit?
if you want to call it that, sure. All I know is the Jews of the Old Testament
I don't
that
care.
were under
I don't
the
care.
Old Covenant law, obviously, because you don't care about truth.
It doesn't have to do with anything. The point of the matter is you're making this wild ass contention that people haven't been keeping the Jewish traditions for the last 2,500 years. Because you're mad about Zionists or something. Which is fair, be mad about Zionists, but don't clump in 2,500 years of Jewish history just because you don't like Zionists.
I'm not clumping in Jews. Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me, because if anything, it's the Zionists who use people. So I have nothing against.
You're saying Zionists, you mean Jews. It's okay. You can wear your anti-Semitism on your shoulder. It's fine.
If you want to live in a world of labels, sure, but
No, I just want to live in a world free of Jew haters.
well, believe it or not, your people that you claim to be a part of had the correct history of the world and how old the world is. If you would
No, they
read the
didn't.
book,
They were shepherds. They were Iron Age shepherds 2,500 years ago. They didn't know shit.
who also talked to God. So obviously they knew more than anyone else.
Yeah, they talked to God, who was a man on a mountain who would cast thunderbolts. Bro, they were shepherds. They weren't scientists.
They were also shepherds that took over great superpowers and people that were a lot stronger than them. How do you think they did that? If they were just shepherds?
Strategy?
Strategy.
Also, what great empires did the Hebrew, or I guess they were Israelites at the time. What empires did the Israelites topple? Israelites had a small clump of land in the Middle East 2,000 years ago.
No,
and then they were conquered by the Greeks, and then they were conquered by the Babylonians, and then the Assyrians, and then the Greeks and the Romans. Like, right. What?
Yeah, no, that was later in their history, but in the beginning, when they left Egypt, they were
never in Egypt. There's no evidence of that.
There's no evidence that they were in Egypt.
Nope.
Except they've found proof of the flood. Archaeological proof of the flood. Of Egyptian chariots and stuff at the bottom of the Red Sea.
You're confusing your own stupid evidence. That's not the flood, that's the Red Sea parting, you dipshit. No, it's not a chariot, it's coral. That's
what I'm talking about.
It's coral, not a chariot, you dipshit.
That's fine, whatever. You obviously know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it's not a chariot. It's coral. It's not a wheel. It's coral.
It's proof
that coral grows.
True.
What is proof of? How's coral proof of anything? What are you talking about?
Archaeological proof. I don't know what else you.
Archaeological proof of what? That coral exists?
How about just the Bible itself? You believe every written book you read except for the Bible?
No, I don't read every book I read because I'm not smooth-brained.
Okay, then why don't you believe the Bible?
Because lots of things that it says in it have no evidence for them.
That is a very generic, unsupported
statement. Things like there is no evidence found for the flood. There is no evidence found for the parting of the Red Sea. There is no evidence for a mythical kingdom of Israel prior to, say, Solomon. There is no evidence for Jesus walking on water. There is no evidence for the earth being created in 6 days. There is no evidence for a Tower of Babel in which all of the world's languages were... should I keep going?
I guess not, no, because I think the world you're living in is proof of it. What do you think your whole society and history is built around?
It's built on colonization by people like you.
No, it's built on Christianity.
It's built on Christianity being forced on people by a sword.
But from the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
Okay,
people like you.
And they came
Davis,
over
are
here
you driving? Davis Moore, are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Oh, okay, well, you can't be driving.